Hi, welcome back. So in the last episode, we finally set up a blaze farm, a blaze spawner, and in this episode, I wanted to uh, work on that music box idea I had, and for that I need a lot of redstone. Right now, I'm looking at about 3 stacks of node blocks and 3 stacks of repeaters for the project, for the basic stuff. Probably a way more for like the computer stuff. Uh, Connected to it all. So I had to collect. Oh, so I had to resort to getting redstone because I don't have nearly enough for the for all the components. And coordinates on screen so I can find the place again later. Ba, ba, ba. Oh, uh, a one. Um, a two. Okay. So this should at least get me started at this whole project. And I cleared out some more space. I've oh, I'm wondering about how I'm gonna tackle the input because I basically want a button to just press it and the song goes, like the minute song goes. So I'm wondering if I should put a button here or extend this to the end and put a button there. I know all the components and I've designed them all in creative, but I just don't know how to fit them well in the space that makes it look good and is efficient in the music block placement and the way it occupies space then. Um, for sure know I'm gonna place the repeating beat underneath this bridge centered on this 13 block. So probably gonna have to lower this all a little bit, but yeah, I guess I'll start over here. And basically it's 4 repeaters. I think I should do it like this. I should have some more blocks. There we go. Basically how I want to decorate this place is what does the inside of a music box looks like? That's the idea I'm gonna go with in this. But before I get to the decorating part, I should probably put in the actual node block. I should probably all lower this 1 block so I can actually jump over them while there's this bridge. That gives me a 2 block gap instead of a 1 block gap. Alright, with the first component done, it's time to test this out. So this is the supporting beat. And I don't hear anything wrong, like don't hear any mistuned note blocks or anything. So that's good. Right. I'm gonna move this repeating wire like underneath this line probably to make it a little bit prettier and make the node blocks more visible at least. Yeah, I don't think there's anything wrong, so that's step one. Now it's time for the 4 melodies. I'm probably gonna put them in these walls. So it's been probably 2 days since the last clip you just saw, and this has been done for 1 day. I had some stuff I had to do in the meanwhile, so couldn't really record this. But I do have the 4 side melodies done. I've teared out the beat, and I'm probably gonna place it here on second thoughts because it fits here better. And then I can use this space as logic and counter. But yeah, I got these 4 ones, like these 4 melodies done, and this is, of course it's raining now. Wait. And of course it isn't night. Alright, there'll be with a bit of interference, but these melodies will give away immediately what song I'm trying to do, if the beat hadn't done that yet. So let's turn down the music, turn up the sound, and let's hear the first one. Second. Third. And of course the final fourth one. So indeed, it's the first minutes of Bonetrousle from Undertale. I chose this song because of the repeating beat, and then I could implement the clock into the bass instead of having separate components for those, and it would make the bass component way smaller. So you'll probably build up the bass again and then start out with the logic. Alright, and now with the bass track build up again, with the clock built in, I've also built up the binary counter that will count how many times that clock/bass track has played. So right now it's at 8. I was trying it out a little bit, and sadly I couldn't work with a pistonless design, because those aren't fast enough. Like I couldn't design a fast enough one without any pistons. Like I would have gone way over the 16 tick limit that I have for each time this plays. So I'm probably gonna hear some piston noises every time this song is played, but oh well. Basically, just to demonstrate again, I set up a monostable circuit to generate my pulses, and basically like this. So this is a pistonless design, and each time a single tick pulse is put into this, it counts, and that way I can keep track of how many times this has looped and play each track accordingly to basically to this, and that's kept track on with this. So this is 7, then 8, then this one is gonna turn on to form 9, and I can basically take these outputs, and for example this is 9, so as long as this and this is on and these are off, I can put that into a logic gate basically, and then say once this is done and it loops again, like when this is 9 and it loops again, then also trigger that one or something like that. I haven't designed it all the way through, like how I'm gonna connect the components. That's something I'm just gonna have to figure out with the space I have here. Right now the major components are in place though, so all I have to do is connect them up and hopefully not add too many pistons, so it's a pretty silent design, but I'll see. I've also decided to put the control button on this wall here, and that way I can just listen to all the node blocks from this spot, which is kind of central, so all the node blocks are pretty much in range for to hear them good, to hear them well, excuse me. And that way I have a nice view of everything. So yeah, off to the connecting. So it took one more night to complete and connect all of this, but now I can say with 100% certainty that it all works without any glitches. The last time I left you guys off was with these 4 tracks built and the counter/bass track, and the clock/bass track and the counter. I've now added in all the logic gates and wiring and stuff, and I've color coded them. So the 1-bit is yellow, the 2-bit is red, the 4-bit is blue, the 8-bit is white, and the 16-bit is green. There's basically 5 things that need to happen while this is played. So on the 5th time this track is played, the bass is played, the first track needs to be played along with it. When the 9th time this is played, the 2nd track needs to be played along with it. The 13th time when this is played, the 3rd track needs to be played along with it. And the 17th time that this is played, the thing, no. Oh, that sucks. I have to retune that now. This place is just a nightmare of right-clicking. Whenever you try to eat something, you detune everything. Alright, that's tune again. I hope I'll hear it in a sec, I guess. So yeah, when this is playing for the 17th time, then the 4th track is played. And now I know I can't right-click anything again. And the 5th logic gate basically is when this has played 20 times, the reset is triggered as well. So there's basically a 2-step logic gate for each of these paths, each of these functions. First off is just to detect when, how far this, like how many times this has played. So for example, for track 1, it has to play 5 times. This is the binary code time for 5. The X means it doesn't matter if it's a 1 or a 0, because that's out of, even if it's a 1, wait, how do I say? Like the X means it doesn't matter if it's a 1 or a 0, because one of those is outside of the reach of the counter. So for example, this will always be a 0. Because if this was a 1, then this would add up to 22 and the machine would reset before it will reach 21, I mean. And the machine would reset before it reaches 21. So this bit doesn't matter, so I don't have to drag all the cables to each of the logic gates. Hope that came across a bit clear. Yeah, this is basically all the codes for the 4 tracks. I was able to determine which bits are useful and which are not with the use of a Carnot map, something I use in electronics. Well, so there's a logic gate for each of the tracks that determine how many times this is played, and then each of those logic gates basically go to an AND gate. Well, they basically open up an AND gate where this clock can pulse in to activate them. So I have this one for track 1 with this AND gate. Then I have track 2 here that goes to this AND gate, then pulses to the second track. I have track 3 here. That then goes to this AND gate here. I think, yep, there's a cable running underneath here that's powering this block. And then I have, for track 4, I have this one. So cyan is all basic logic gates, and then that also goes to this AND gates, I think here, because there's a torch underneath this block, and then to the 4th track. Then for the reset, I have this gate that basically detects when it's on 20, and I think I set it up so it can still count, but it'll reset just everything. So in theory, it could go to 21, but it just resets immediately after. Yeah. So to implement this reset, I had to use a different design counter. Yes, I had to use a different design counter. So this piston and this piston in each of the cells would be in sync. So I had it before that when this one was extended, well, the block was extended, this block would be retracted, and now they're in sync, which means I can use a really simple reset to just pull in all the blocks again to have it set to 0. For the rest, I don't think there's anything difficult going on. I take a pulse out of this wire, like out of the end of the beat for every time a track needs to be pulsed. And the orange basically means, well, this orange basically means the second bit is 0 and the first bit is 1, because I realized all my tracks end in a 0, 1. So that was just to simplify the wiring. And this orange is just to detect when they're both 0. And that then goes to the reset because that ends in 0, 0. Apart from that, I only have something special. The only special thing I have going on apart from that is the inputs. So this is just to generate a 2-tick pulse. That then goes with a little bit of delay to the track. And I have it set up so it counts how many times this is played from this branch. This gives me enough time, like another 8 ticks extra time to let all the logic play out, because there's always a little bit of delay using torches and repeaters. That just gives me a little bit more time. But I also have in the inputs that it immediately branches off into the counter. So the first time this is played, it actually says 1 on the counter. Everything is tuned with delays, so everything is played nicely. And I think it's time to show you the results. So again, I do recommend headphones with this because it does sound better. But I'll be muting myself and let you listen to it in all its glory. Enjoy. So yeah, that's what several days of redstoning sounds like. Was it worth it? Probably not. It's cool to have in the world, and I did like the challenge, and now I do have kind of a computer in my world, which is kind of cool. It was a good exercise. Was it efficient in resources? Probably not. I think it could have been cheaper to just chain a bunch of node blocks and repeaters. I don't know for sure though. But yeah, it's a nice novelty and it'll look really cool once this is decorated. But that's probably gonna happen in the next episode because this is already going pretty long, I think. Plus, I really need to get another episode out. I think it's been a week. So yeah. Next episode, I'll start decorating this and make it beautiful. Yeah, that's gonna do it for today, for this week. Thank you for watching, and bye.